Coming up on State of the Arts, a spotlight on the Atlanta Ballet, celebrating its 75th anniversary this year. Fall is a great time to visit North Georgia. We'll explore an unusual art collection at the Funky Chicken Art Project in Dahlonega. And travel with us to Augusta for a tour of America's only museum dedicated to the art of the South. I'm Hamilton Northcutt. State of the Arts is next. Art. It's such a small word, but one with big meaning. Dance and drama, painting and percussion, museums and music. In the next half hour, we'll bring you all of that and so much more. Hello and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm Hamilton Northcutt. In June of this year, we premiered Georgia Public Broadcasting's exciting new show, State of the Arts. Now we're back with a second episode focused on Georgia's fine arts and outstanding artists. Thanks for joining us. Our first story starts 3/4 of a century ago at the beginning of the Great Depression, when an Atlanta dance instructor and a small group of students launched a tradition that would endure to this day. The Atlanta Ballet, celebrating its 75th anniversary in 2004 and its status as the oldest dance company in the country. Graceful, elegant, lyrical, classical. This is the Atlanta Ballet. Edgy, exuberant, energetic. Today, this too is the Atlanta Ballet.
We do everything. We do really classical stuff, our work with the Indigo Girls, and we do modern dance, so we really do everything. And you have to be a pretty varied dancer to be a company member here, which is great.
The nation's first ballet company has come quite a long way from its humble and very traditional beginnings in 1929, when a genteel Atlanta dance teacher named Dorothy Alexander organized a small ballet company.
She started what was considered the first regional ballet company. There's now about 200 and some companies, and there's 5 different regions.
Miss Dorothy, as she was known to all, would guide her fledgling dance troupe for 34 years, from its Depression-era beginnings as the Dorothy Alexander Concert Group, through its days in the 40s and 50s when it was known as the Atlanta Civic Ballet, and into the 1960s when the company became Atlanta Ballet. In 1962, Miss Dorothy appointed Bobby Barnett, a talented dancer who had performed throughout Europe and danced with the New York City Ballet, to succeed her as artistic director.
And all of the dancers were non-professional. There were kids that came to rehearsals 3 days a week. We did maybe 2 or 3 performances a year at the old Tower Theater down on Peachtree, which is probably torn down and nobody knows where it is now.
Atlanta was a much smaller, sleepier town back then, and the Atlanta Ballet was no different. But Bobby Barnett had a vision and commitment to classical dance to rival Miss Dorothy's, and the company progressed by leaps and bounds during his 31 years at the helm.
I love being in the studio with the dancers. I love training them, I love rehearsing with them, putting them on the stage, seeing them improve.
Still spry at age 79, Barnett puts professional-level students through their paces 10 years after passing the torch to current artistic director John McFall, a leader with more contemporary leanings than those who came before him.
We want to provide the whole spectrum. We respect tradition. We embrace it.
And so, the Atlanta Ballet repertoire continues to include beloved classics like the dreamy, romantic Romeo and Juliet, perennial holiday favorite, The Nutcracker, and also a daringly ghoulish production of Dracula.
My favorite is Dracula. Everything just work together so well. It's like a movie. We're making a movie on stage happen. It's so beautiful.
Today's Atlanta Ballet offers family entertainment like Peter Pan.
It's critical that we provide opportunities for the family to come to the theater together, to share that kind of experience. Today, children in the suburbs, their theater experience is in a movie complex in a mall. We think the arts can do a lot more than that.
And then there's the company's most strikingly modern production of all.
As soon as the curtain went up, everybody was just like, your heart was beating, and you just knew it was going to be good.
They were looking to match sort of a rock or a live music experience, contemporary music, with some dancing, with the ballet dancing.
Shed Your Skin, the Indigo Girls project.
We were saying to ourselves, let's bring people to the Fox Theater to see ballet that wouldn't think of going to the Fox Theater to see ballet.
In 2001, it was the first time a real famous rock band played on stage with the ballet.
Back for a return engagement in 2004, the Atlanta Ballet's highly original music and dance duet with the Grammy Award-winning Indigo Girls first rocked the Fox Theater 3 years ago as a world premiere created by New York choreographer Margot Sappington.
It is difficult, and the steps are difficult. It's a difficult piece. It's not just a piece of cake. It's not a walk in the park, you know. They're not just out there jigging around having fun.
To satisfy classical dance aficionados, as well as fascinate those less familiar with ballet, there are pliés and pirouettes aplenty in this raw-edged blend of pop and culture.
Everything is choreographed. There's no place where they improvise. It may look improvisational, but it's not. Everything is absolutely arranged and choreographed. When we do it like this, you start in the center. Otherwise,
each step carefully chosen, as were the rock stars who created the music and the mood, who set the tone and tempo.
What an honor. They could have picked anybody, and they picked us, so it was a great honor.
They have a body of work that is very in touch with our times. And in fact, they probably cross over a couple of generations. It's about relationships, issues, feelings, all kinds of things that everybody out there is dealing with every day.
They tell stories, they bring out things about relationships and feelings that are universal.
The dancers are about to explode, the rock and roll heart of a ballet dancer, It's neat.
It's wild. It's a high energy. You're exhausted by the end of it, but you just feel like you've accomplished something because it's so high energy and it's so much fun to dance.
If I looked for just 1 second over to the circle of dancers, I lost my place in a song that I've probably played, 1,000, 2,000 times.
In my heart, I was just like, thank you for dancing so beautifully to this song, and raising this to its highest level.
Dance at its highest level and at its most basic. Atlanta Ballet's Center for Dance Education, the 6th largest in the country, spans a broad spectrum.
Most children come and take ballet because they see a ballerina on stage or on TV.
Each year, hundreds of tiny tots in tights and slippers learn the basic steps of classical ballet, many dreaming of a coveted role in a child's holiday fantasy.
We have over 300 kids in the Nutcracker. We open up the audition to anybody who wants to come. And that experience of performing at the Fox is so magical for the children that they just want more. Having that experience of having an audience clap for you, that's the most incredible feeling in life. You get this self-esteem and this appreciation, and it just is magic to their confidence.
Older students work to master more difficult advanced movements. The training is rigorous at all levels, demanding focus and discipline, offering rich rewards to those who give it their all.
When you're in a studio and you have children from all over Metro Atlanta, from all these different zip codes and neighborhoods, they come from all these different lifestyles, they're in that room together, and they learn from each other, they respond to each other, they're in touch, they perform together, they socialize together. That, to me, is the richness that the arts brings to a community.
The Atlanta Ballet has enriched its community with color, culture, grace, and beauty for 75 years, moving with sure steps toward a century of artistry and excellence in dance.